welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Uzuri Switchblade, who was just released, or just revealed on the Red Zone Rogue channel. Red Zone Rogue did a fantastic reveal, awesome reveal. For anyone who's not aware, apparently according to Red Zone Rogue, her ability got leaked. I never saw it on the internet or like on Reddit or anything crazy, but apparently it got leaked, and Red Zone Rogue was informed by LSS that he could basically reveal the hero whenever. And so he decided to reveal it tonight. Super good job on the video, especially doing it on short notice, probably when it wasn't 100% ready. Like for him to make that kind of just quick call for the community was really awesome. Over like 700 people were in his stream just waiting for the card to be revealed. So congrats, Red Zone Rogue, an awesome reveal. But we're also gonna do a little review ourselves on it. And it's funny, I was making a video to do like the episode 3 of How to Katsu, which is still going to come out probably Saturday. But I lost power because in Texas we had a really bad storm, and then I was literally watching this on my phone with my dying phone, the reveal. So super excited. Anyway, getting right into it. If you want to, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like this type of content. Join the Discord down below if you want to, whether you're a Ninja player or not, doesn't matter. Also, I started a Patreon page. It's really just another way to support the channel if you're a longtime viewer and you want to get a couple extra added benefits. Nothing crazy, just an additional way to support the channel. Go check that out, see the benefits that are provided, and see if it's something you'd want to do. If you do, I appreciate you. If you don't, it's totally fine. But yeah, getting right into it. So Uzuri Switchblade finally revealed once per turn attack reaction. Banish a card from your hand face down, so into your banish zone. Turn the card banished this way face up. If it's an attack action card with cost 2 or less, put target attacking card with stealth from the active chain link on the bottom of its owner's deck. Then put the banished card onto the active chain link as the attacking card. So basically what you're going to be able to do is take an attack action. So you attack with a card like Isolate, which you see here for 3. It has Dominate keyword, and it also has Stealth because the first card you attack with has to have Stealth in order to do this. And then you can take a card like Shakedown, which normally costs 2, which is a Uzuri specialization, which reads, if you've attacked or activated an attack reaction, this chain link. Shakedown has, when this hits a hero, choose red, yellow, or blue. They reveal their hand, banish a card of that chosen of the chosen color. So you can take a card like Shakedown, banish Shakedown face up, flip it, and then swap it out for Isolate, and then you sync Isolate to the bottom, and you don't have to pay the cost of Shakedown. Basically, the cost is syncing that red card. So essentially, all of your, if you have a correct play pattern, like a play pattern like this, all of your attacks that are 2 costs will come in for 1, essentially, because you're going to play a red to then sync it, and then play a card like Shakedown, Command and Conquer, Erase Face. There's just a bunch of them. Surgical Extraction, any of those like that. So you also can play 1 power attacks. You can play 0 power attacks. It can be 2 or less. Doesn't have to be 2 exactly. I'm just kind of listing off the 2 power attacks. So really powerful ability, really cool ability. Similar to what James White said in the Fluke interview with Flukenbox is, you never know what you're going to get with Uzuri, right? You don't know if she's going to flip the attack. Like, for example, if they do play a card like Isolate here for 3 Dominate, no other reactions, no other nothing, they have 1 card in hand, are they going to use Uzuri ability and then put in a really powerful card like Shakedown, or Command and Conquer, or Surgical Extraction? Or are they going to potentially play a card like Spike with Blood Rot, which gives that attack action cards with stealth +3, and when this hits a hero, create a Blood Rocks box token under their control. So if you play a card like Isolate that has Dominate, they defend with 1 card for 3, you could switch out Shakedown and then potentially banish a card from their hand. So now they just took 3 damage and 2 cards essentially got taken out of their hand. Or you just play Spike with Blood Rot, do 3 extra damage, and then you're able to, if they don't have a defense reaction, and you're able to, from Arsenal, and you're able to create a Blood Rocks Pox token under their control. So there's a lot of different things you can do, a lot of like fake outs to Uzuri. You can use cards like Spike with Frailty and Spike with Inertia in order to give these cards +3. So your opponent doesn't know, like, is this 3 power attack going to be for 6? Is it going to be for nothing and just or no nothing additional, and they're just attacking for 3, and it's kind of like a fake? Are they going to swap out a more powerful card? It's going to be really interesting to see the different play lines you can do. I put it out on Twitter as like, a crazy like what if scenario. It's not like a super serious one. Some people took it serious. But Uzuri's ability with CNC is actually going to be pretty nutty because you can. CNC is command and conquer for newer players. So you can play a card like Isolate, which has Dominate. Let's say your opponent blocks for 3 to block it out. You can then use Uzuri in a CNC, a command and conquer, and they can't play a defense reaction on it because technically Dominate is no longer active because Isolate left the chain link, but Command and Conquer doesn't allow for defense reactions to be played on it. So basically, you guarantee the defense react unless they have some type of instant like reinforce the line. You guarantee Command and Conquer to hit, and then they discard their arsenal, right? So there's a lots of cool things you can do with it. One thing to keep in mind with this ability is static effects that were on the previous attack do not stay. So if you attack with Isolate that has Dominate and you swap it out for, let's say, a less impactful attack, right? Let's say you swap it out for a Backstab, which says defense reactions can't be played to Backstab's chain link. You lose the Dominate, but you will gain Backstab's ability, right? So just keep that in mind that the card that's getting sunk, the abilities that it had do not stay on the chain link. The other thing to keep in mind with this is on play costs do not take into effect with these with cards that are getting banished and then put onto the chain. So, for example, if you banish a Ravenous Rabble and swap it in for Backstab, Ravenous Rabble's on play of reveal a top card of your deck to see how much it goes down will not be an effect. So basically, if you play Ravenous Rabble and Uzuri and you banish it and play it with her ability, it'll always come in for 5 because you're not going to do the reveal. Cards like Enlightened Strike, you will not have the additional cost. It'll just come in for 5. Anything that's on play cost, not just cost, but on play effect, will not come into effect with Uzuri's ability. So keep that in mind as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see like how she's used and how she's utilized. I will say it's going to be interesting to see like if she's going to have to be able to consistently give threats that are impactful. Because, like, for example, if I see Isolate, I'm just not going to block you. I'm going to make you have a really powerful attack that disrupts me, and you're just going to have to keep doing it the whole game. Now, I'm speaking from a ninja player and from an aggro player, but the thing I think will be interesting with Uzuri is what if your opponent just decides never to block, right? And they try to just outvalue you through his 4-card hands. That's going to be kind of the interesting thing with Uzuri. Not every opponent's going to be able to do that, but some aggro decks are really going to be able to do that. Or decks that have a lot of defense reactions, and they don't, and you can't get Command and Conquer out every single time or something like that. If you're playing off 2-card hands, which is essentially what Uzuri probably wants to do most of the time, then if you attack with Isolate and then you swap in a Surgical Extraction and I just de-react you, it's gonna be interesting to see. I think she's gonna have to play a mix of both impactful attacks that she can swap in, but also attack reactions like the spike with Blood Rots, like the spike with Frailty and Inertias, like Razor's Edge. Even cards like Shred will be very useful in her kit, I think. I definitely think you already can almost run like a full assassin build with the exception of like Command and Conquer, maybe a Race Face. I think cards like Leave No Witnesses will be really good with her as something you can swap in. Eradicate, Surgical Extraction. I think all 9 of those, in my opinion, all 9 of those cards total go into her deck. That's just my opinion. I think you do those 9, and then you do Shakedown, and then you also do Command and Conquer. So you have around 15 to 18 non-stealth cards in the deck. You want to make sure you have at least 1 stealth card per hand. So you're going to have at least, to be safe, like 20 to 24 stealth cards. That's just a random kind of like thought off the top of my head. But it's going to be really interesting to see what she can do. It's going to be a really fun deck to play. I want to see how it does against Ice. Icelander might be a really big problem for her because she's basically going to have 3 cards in hand every time in order to pay for the Frostbite if Icelander can continuously disrupt her. But regardless, we'll see how the meta shakes out way down the line. For right now, the hero is super fun, super cool. Even the young version of Uzuri that has kind of the ninja looking background is really awesome. She has really cool cards. Shakedown is a hell of a card to be able to basically say like, all right, if I'm playing Oldheim, I'm just going to pick blue every time. Or in limited, if you're playing a Katsu, you can say I'm going to pick red. Right, or you can say I'm gonna pick blue and then banish the only good blue they have in their hand for pitch, right? So there's gonna be a lot of cool things that Shakedown can do, and Shakedown sees the attack reaction that you're using on Uzuri for it, right? So if you play a stealth card and then Uzuri in a Shakedown, Shakedown will see the attack reaction you're now currently doing for itself. So it'll also, you don't have to do something before it. Black Tech Whispers, obviously Uzuri is wearing those, and I think that's going to be a big portion of her kit as well. Being able to give stuff go again and being able to be consistent with it of how she plays. But yeah, it's going to be super fun. Let me know in the comments what you all think about the card and about her hero ability and like any fun interactions you're thinking about. I'm personally just thinking about the base level of telling your opponent like, hey, one of three things can happen here. Either I can be attacking you for 3 and I'm completely bluffing and I'm just going to arsenal a good card and wait for later turn. Am I bluffing the attack reaction and I'm actually just going to buff the card itself? Or am I going to swap out a card? One of our friends did mention one thing, cards that can like basically six blocker every single turn, like 2-card blocker, and then attack with 2 cards really efficiently. I wonder how she's going to fare against those a little bit because, like, if I'm a Rhinar, like a more of a patient, like club build, or if I'm an Oldheim, or even like a Icelander, if I was blocked for 6 because I know what your attack reactions are, especially if you're playing off 2-card hands, I already know that like if you have 2 cards as Uzuri, like if you blocked with 2 cards and you only have 2 cards, I know for a fact 9 times out of 10 because of her hero ability, or because of the attack reactions that she's going to run, you're going to attack for the most 6. So if I just block 6, I'm good. It'll be really interesting. On 2-card hands, I think she's a little bit more predictable. On a 3-card hand, that's where she gets a little spicy and she's a little bit hard to deal with. So it'll be really interesting to see if she can effectively block out and keep like a 3-card hand for the most part. It'll be really interesting to see that. But yeah, at any rate, be really fun. Let me know what interactions you have with her and what interactions you're thinking about with the hero. Are you excited to play her? You know, are y'all looking more at Katsu? And now we haven't even had Riptide's reveal yet. It's going to be really interesting to see that. But yeah, overall, super happy for the hero. Super happy for like the different type of archetype that we have in the game now with this like new kind of like mechanic. And I'm really excited. So yeah, if you like this type of content, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, the Patreon and the Discord down below. So please check those out. Let me know how those go for you. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk, and can't wait for the spoiler on Sunday for our own channel. So thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all next time.